sleeping bag. Is somebody gonna pay $1,500 for that?
The total initiative.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence.
I'm clapping like my hands are like about to touch her nose. And
David Dobrik is being sued by ex-Vlog Squad member Jeff Wittick.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the What You're Missing podcast. My name is Roma, and on here we don't really know what we're doing. We're all a bunch of lost souls, okay? I also was trying to record with this freaking microphone, and I had it plugged in with this, and it wasn't working, so I just left this plugged in. So I just lost my whole intro, so just take two. It's been really hard to film this, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way, where everything in the world right now is crazy. And it's always like this before election time anyway, but just the cost of everything, trying to figure out how you're gonna pay for stuff, and just paycheck to paycheck, it's very hard to be focusing on your goals and what you're trying to do, right? I've just felt myself being like that, where, you know, I went from being a sports medicine person to being a teacher, working in retail, to now doing this, and it's, you know, I'm 33, still lost in life, and it's okay. That's just where we're at right now. I just know I love being a creative, so if this is avenue it goes, then great. If it doesn't work, then great, I'll figure it out another way. But I don't know if you guys have felt like that. Let me know in the comments if there's things that you have tried that didn't work, or if you're just lost in life in general, because I just feel like the whole world is feeling like that. That's not what we're here to talk about, sad stuff, okay? We'll poke fun and joke, because the world is already sad and crazy enough already. So that's not what this podcast is gonna be about. Not really politics, other than like goofy stuff we're gonna talk about. I know when I'm on YouTube and my favorite people I like to watch, I like to lose where I'm at and my stress and just engulf myself into that world and feel like I'm talking to them. I don't know if that's weird, creepy. You guys know what I mean? Just feel like you're like in the same room talking to them. So I hope eventually this can be like that. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just throwing myself out there and learning as I go. Without further ado, we're gonna talk about a few little things, but we're gonna start off really light. First, we're gonna talk about perfume. So on this lifelong journey, trying to figure out what's happening in life, I've been trying to do more self-care, because I've noticed myself in more like codependency. And it's not that I, like, yes, I depend on people, but it's more so I put my feelings and values and everything aside in order to help somebody else elevate their life. It's like a self-sabotage way too, because I can accomplish anything I put my mind to, right? When it comes to other people, other businesses, right? So like sports medicine, teaching, retail, like all that I became like the best at because I worked so hard, but it was never for me. But then when it comes to me, I don't know, it's like a confidence thing, I guess, too, but it's just easier for me to put my all out to try to help other people than myself. But I've noticed that I've been lost in myself, so I've been trying to like get back to like who I am and figuring it out. I don't know if that makes any sense, if you guys deal with that too. One of the things I wanted to work on was like my outfits, my fashion, everything, because I have zero fashion, okay? Zero color coordination. I'll put together an outfit, I'll be like, oh my god, that's so cute, and then I look back and I'm like, that was god awful, okay? Awful. So we just started off very easy. I wanted to get a very like elevated, elegant scent, and I was looking up different ones. There's so many on TikTok of people talking, and I fell in love with the Valentino Roma one because my middle name is Roma and that's what I go by. And luckily enough, my best friend got it for me for my birthday, and I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. Valentino, it's a cute glass like ribbed bottle, and honestly, if you're new to wearing perfume, you do not need a lot of this. I like sprayed it on my wrist and like a little bit behind my ear and maybe like right here in my chest, because somebody said like the heat, like you sweat there, so it emits off the perfume. But this smells so good, and thank you girl for writing this for me, seriously. See, in the bottle it's like very strong, and I was like, oh god, I was like, hopefully I don't smell like an old woman with this on. But when you spray it on, it dissipates and it smells so good and lasts for a really long time, because I bought all the Target dupe, all the other ones, but they never last, and this just makes me feel wealthy and classy, and that's what I wanted, okay? I want to elevate to feeling like a loser. I love this, the Valentino Roma. I don't know if you guys have tried this. I know there's a green bottle too. I want to go to Ulta and just smell it, but I really like the design of this bottle. It's like alts and edgy, and there's a lot in it. Like I said, you don't need that many sprays. I'll like spritz it a little bit. If you push it all the way down, a lot comes out. So I just barely tap it for right now, and it smells really good, and you can smell it when I walk by, because I want to be one of them girls that walks by and people are like, what does that smell? It smells so good. Next, we're just gonna briefly talk about the debate. No, this is not a political debate. If you want to watch that, go to Hassan Piker, go to all the other ones that do that. I am not a political girly, okay? One of the first times I've sat through and watched the debate, and it was insane. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. I'm sure you've seen like snippets on TikTok, but it was crazy. Just hearing these two old ass men bicker with each other back and forth like little kids. It was so ridiculous. I was just dying, and there's so many sound bites from that I'll insert here.
Well, 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Even if you had a good point, all that is gone just by how like immature everything was. Like, oh, you're lying, you're doing this. Just referring to like each other as like Joe and Donald. It's like, you guys are both presidents. I feel like we need to have a certain amount of dignity, even if you don't agree with what the other party did, just something. And one thing I can say, and I'm not a supporter of either one, okay? But one thing I can say is that I did like it that Biden was standing up for women's rights. That was like the first time you saw him like alive and like awake. It is just hard, and this is who we're left with, so it just really sucks. Can't imagine being in another country watching this, you know, thinking it's like an SNL skit. It's like, no, this is an official presidential campaign debate. But I think my favorite one was the Trump one saying, I don't know what he's talking about. That one is just so funny and so good for so many different ads and things to post. I know we used it, we're gonna use it for like a beat to sing to and for my husband to sing to and for his tattoo shop, because it's just priceless. Okay, that's one thing about Trump is he will give you sound bites, baby. Okay. Okay, next we're gonna talk about Trisha, Jeff, Tana, Brooke, like that whole conglomerate of people. So shout out to Trisha Paytas first and foremost, because we have the same birthday girl. I had not really like, I watched her before, but I was more in like the Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, listen, this is when I was younger, their era, and watching on YouTube, Sam Colby, visiting abandoned places and haunted places. So I never really watched her, and to me it just, I was not like her audience, directed audience that would follow her, right? But just seeing where she's come from and where she's at now, like I have so much respect for her. Like I watch her podcast now. I'm just so proud of her, of going through everything she's went through and being truthful, like that she's been through, and just being honest and open, to the point too where I like relate to so much, where, you know, saying she doesn't get invited to all these parties and that she just wanted to be famous and that like nobody liked her. Like I feel same one girl. I just am very happy that she's in this era of her life where she feels, in my opinion, from what I see, like fulfilled, and she just speaks so well and just has everything like so well maintained. So I've just been so proud of her, and I love seeing her little like role-playing videos, and I really hope her and Tana do like this simple life but do like the job stuff she was saying, because she's so good at like role-playing. And the fact that they have both had like normal jobs too, it's not like, I wouldn't get offended by it, because like Trisha says she's worked at like Target, and I'm sure Tana's worked crappy jobs, so like that's just how it goes, you know? I'm just so excited. I think it'd be really cool if they just like dress up and did crazy jobs too, like not just the farm and like fast food or whatever, but like actually like wild jobs, and maybe jobs people haven't heard of, like raising awareness for those jobs and positions, but also being themselves and hilarious. But I think she's so funny, and I just love how she calls people out without being like mean. She stayed out of drama for so long, so I love that for her, and I love her little family. And then with like Tana too, being sober, I again never really watched her back then. Like I knew of her and I've seen a couple other things, but I wasn't a fan or watched all the time. But I am so much more now. Like she is so wise in things she's been through. It's just really cool. This is what you should want to see, is people that have been through stuff, or people that have been addicted to drugs or whatever, partying, and become sober and then become themselves. That's what everybody should want. So I think we should really uplift these people more and more. And then Brooke has been a really cool addition. She's just very, I don't know, like a breath of fresh air, like very refreshing. And just from the outside looking in, and like I don't know anything about them personally or anything like that, but I really am happy that they're able to find people that are authentically nice, hang out with them, and not just hang out with them because they party. It's just really sad to see, and I don't like seeing people use people. And again, it's like everybody uses people, but it's the way you do it, you know? And I don't know if that's a hot take or weird. You use people for like a good time, or for friendship, or for, you know, good therapy, or somebody that you like connect really with. So I'm just happy that I found people they connected with. And for Jeff too, I'm proud that he is secure enough in his masculinity to not push out toxic masculinity the rest of the people have. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate how much he uplifts women, and it's just very rational, like in his thinking, and thinks to think through things, and he apologizes. And that's a big thing too, to be able to publicly apologize, and I'm sure privately apologize too. Like that takes a lot, and especially there's so many men out there that like don't want to apologize and don't want to say anything. So I just think that's really cool that he's like that. And honestly, keep talking about your accident, because like you said, you're still going through it, and that's the one thing David would love, is for people to forget about what happened and forget about all the fuck shit that's going on, even more so than we know. Like there's a lot more behind the scenes, I'm sure. So keep doing your thing, keep talking about it. The less you talk about it, the more it will be brushed under the rug. Just continually do it, and just continually talk about the surgeries and stuff you're going through, because it is really important too for people to see, and for young people to see too, that I shouldn't be put in situations like this. I think it's like a bunch of learning opportunities too for like young kids to see, if I'm in this industry and this is how I'm treated, like it's not okay. And I think it's important for people that have grown up in this industry, in the YouTube era, which I have not, okay? So that's why it's important to listen to like Hannah and Trisha and Jeff and all them, just to see what to be on the lookout for, so you don't end up in like a dance cult, like the TikTok dance cult, or something else crazy like that. The last thing we're gonna talk about is this fashion designer. I literally just came across it like last week and I had no clue about her at all, and I just went through this rabbit hole of her on TikTok, and I guess it's Rick Owens' wife, and there's just a lot behind it, so we're gonna watch one of the videos real quick. So her name is Marina. I'm not even gonna say the last name because I'll butcher it.
Hannah is spotted here with Michelle Lamy, and just pay very close attention to how they treat this woman. Shortly after, this is her backstage of A$AP Rocky, and this woman has deep connections with every single celebrity. I mean,
so she's just seen with a bunch of celebrities, so I was like, okay, maybe she's just somebody that's behind the scenes and does a lot of fashion, like not that big a deal. I thought she had her fingers tattooed, shaded down, and like it's not really my thing. It's kind of cool, but I think she paints it. So I was like, she's a little quirky, a little like witch aesthetic, but I think there may be more to it. And I watched this other video that we're gonna watch real quick, and it talks a little bit more about what I'm talking about.
This is Michelle Lamy, and I fell into a deep dark rabbit hole last night finding out more about her. Michelle was born in the 40s. She is around 80 years old. She's worked as an attorney, a clothing designer, a performer, a producer. She was born in France but has lived in many places, including New York and Los Angeles. And she's the wife of fashion designer Rick Owens.
Like, she looks wild, okay? Like, I get it. And I guess she paints this black line down her forehead. I don't know, quirky and different. And the comments are so, like, they do not like her. They say she's just as evil as Marina. Some people say they love her and that she's just an old evil warlock and they hope they're like that, but a lot of them are just saying like she's hiding in plain sight, she's a witch doctor.
Who is also known as the Lord of Darkness in the fashion community. Michelle actually discovered Rick Owens, and a lot of people credit her for his career. One time,
why is Rick Owens considered, let's see, the witch doctor of the fashion community? This shows how much I'm not in fashion because I don't even know who this is. I guess just because he's like dark and apocalyptic.
Or his head as a purse. I don't work in the fashion industry, so there's a lot of things that I probably don't understand, but Michelle is very highly respected among her peers. And
we literally have heads in the hallway right here for Halloween.
Michelle is very highly respected among her peers, and many celebrities like the ones pictured here. Usher, Kim Kardashian, A$AP Rocky, and Kanye West. She has a very...
Heck, I like, no shaming, but like maybe if you talk to her and see her style, like you like her better, but to me this is wild and I don't know, it doesn't make any sense.
She and A$AP Rocky and Kanye West. She has a very distinct style. Every morning she draws a black line on her forehead and she says she doesn't really have an explanation for it. She also stains her fingers black. It has...
Okay, so that's the black fingers that she paints. I don't know, I guess it's like kind of cool, but it's just odd and different. But then again, people, when things are odd and different, they think it's like the devil and crazy. I mean, it's just like dark and alt. Let's see how much his stuff is worth. What do you guys think it's worth? They probably won't even have a price on it. Oh, they have a kids line, so they have women, men's, and kids. Well, okay, what is this? It's like a scarf, but it just looks like a freaking sleeping bag, and somebody's gonna pay $1,500 for that. Oh my god, there's more. It's a duvet. Bro, this definitely looks like some Kanye outfits. It's just like, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna make a sleeping bag and just take a trash bag and a bunch of other items and just throw it together and call it fashion. Because to me, this is crazy. I mean, this black jacket's pretty cool. $5,000. Oh, they said it's 30% off. Sweet, I'll buy it. I don't know, I guess some of them are cool, but I want to see what the kids' clothes look like. Because can you imagine going to like elementary school? Oh, these are pretty normal. So they just have like corduroy jackets and tennis shoes. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. So it's not even in USD, it's in, I don't know what symbol that is. So actually I don't even know how much these are. Great planning, Roma, great planning. There's so many like different people in the fashion industry and in Hollywood that obviously like do some fucked up shit, so it's hard to like see which one is like fucked up and which one's just like more eclectic and unique in how they dress. I don't know, what are y'all's thoughts? Thank you guys so much for watching that little short podcast of what you're missing. Let me know down in the comments if there's anybody that you would like to hear about, or for me to go down a rabbit hole and research. I think this stuff is pretty interesting and just different, and yeah. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, guys, bye.